Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Happy March and happy spring. I pray that this season is good to all of us. So today I'm back with another tutorial. This one is just going to be a straightforward tutorial where we're going to be trying underpainting. I think the proof is in the pudding, and I think we can say that it was a success. Underpainting is a technique that involves you using much less product. You basically go in with your foundation after laying down your liquid and cream products, so your bronzer, your contour, your concealer, maybe your liquid blush as well, and you basically use a significantly less amount of foundation to essentially marry all those products together before you go in and set with all your powders. It's a technique that I've seen circulate on social media a lot. It's favoured and loved by MUAs for a reason. The particular makeup artist that I have been watching that has been informing me on underpainting is Megan B Studios. If you want to see me try this new technique, because it's new to this channel, I have not tried it with you guys, and if you want to see me try some new products as well, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share if you do end up liking the video. Don't forget to follow me on the rest of my socials as well, so that you're up to date with the rest of the content that I post elsewhere. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Enjoy. Today we're just going to go in with a good old-fashioned makeup tutorial. I used to do this technique a lot when I had like work and school. It's like work and college and then university, and I was running between the two, and I wanted to minimize my routine, use less products, and also have it look more natural and softer on the skin for every day. But as I said, I haven't tried it in a while, so I'm excited to try it on my now hyperpigmented skin. To see if it still gives. So yeah, it should do. So grab a drink, grab a snack, grab a beverage, and let's get into some makeup. So today not only are we going to be trying new techniques, but we're also going to be trying some new makeup. Picking my makeup and my tools as well is probably one of my most favorite things to do before actually applying my makeup. I just find it so fun. It's like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, I'm gonna use this today, or I'm gonna use that today. So for lip prep, I've gone in with this Vanish lip mask, and for my brows, I haven't really changed anything. I did use different products today. This is the Half Magic Grippy Brow Sculpting Gel. So this was kindly gifted to me, so thank you Half Magic Beauty. So Half Magic is the makeup brand behind Euphoria, and they recently launched this brow gel, and I really do like it. Admittedly today it did take me a while, probably because I had product on my skin, and generally my eyebrows will not lay flat if I have anything on my skin in addition to the brow product. But my brows, they're laid, they look really nice. Like for me, I feel like my brows will tell me whether or not this look is gonna eat. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like even though it took me a while, I feel like this look is gonna eat. So yeah, fingers crossed that all goes to plan. And then I also went in with an oldie but a goodie. Haven't used this in a while. This is the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP pencil, and this is in the shade Soft Black. Basically just went in faintly where my brows need it. Then as always, I concealed with this Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut. And then I can't see it right now, but I used my Morphe X Ariel A18 brush. So let's get into it. So as you guys know, I am on Trust and Owen, so if you see any peeling skin, close your eyes. Close your eyes. You would have seen this product literally everywhere. This is the Refy face primer, the Glow and Sculpt face primer. I do have a few other things from Refy, but I'm really excited to try this, especially the applicator. It's kind of like a roll-on. If you get closer, you can see it kind of coming out like this. Okay, not too much, not too much. Then you kind of just roll it on your skin. Oh, okay. This feels really nice. I'm not gonna lie, this feels really nice and really cooling. Like a little massage. Okay. Okay, Miss Jess Hunt. I think I'm gonna need a bit more on this side. Interesting. So guys, ignore this. I literally rubbed my skin off. But I just find it so fun. It's like a little massage. Okay, I'm gonna need a bit more on this side. Interesting. So guys, ignore this. I literally rubbed my skin off. by accident. It's ridiculous. Hope it goes back to normal soon. Okay, so the next time I think I know how much I need to be taking out. So if you look, it's sticky. And I like that. This is nice. Very glowy though. Maybe I put too much. I don't know. So to color correct, I'm gonna go in with this Smashbox Cosmetics Precise Highlighter Brush, a dual fiber ended brush. I'm gonna take this Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener, but this is in the shade Pumpkin. And then because I don't want like a very stark orange color corrector, because I don't want it to bleed through the foundation or my makeup, I am going to sort of neutralize it a bit and then get more coverage by actually adding a concealer. This is the KVD Concealer. This is in the shade Tan 167. This was kindly gifted to me. And I haven't actually got around to using them, but I know that it is a hydrating formula. Not too sure how much I'll need, but I basically put this much concealer in, and then I've just added that much color corrector. Sigma Beauty spatula brush. Oh, almost dropped it. And then I'm basically just going to mix these two together. I added a little bit too much orange pigment, so I'm going to add more concealer. This is the colour that you get. I have basically left that side because I don't think I'll need that much, so I've just mixed it in here. I'm basically just going to concentrate that little concoction everywhere we have hyperpigmentation. And the trick is to go in with a little bit. Little by little, and just blank out that hyperpigmentation. Admittedly, I did try to film this video before, but I just didn't really like the footage. You can see that with this side, I've corrected most of my darkness and the hyperpigmentation, and you can see on this side it still remains. Basically taking a little bit of that color corrector underneath my eyes, especially on this side because that scar is there and here. Just to combat some of the darkness that I've got there. Now to start the underpainting process. Ooh, yeah. I'm using an oldie but a goodie. This is the Huda Beauty Tantal Contour and Bronzer Cream in the shade Medium. You essentially want to go for something that is like 3 shades darker, 3 to 4 shades darker than you. This is the Patrick Ta Full Contour Brush. Just working that into my hand and we're just stamping that here. I really like this brush because it allows you to just put down the product, and if you're someone who, obviously it is quite expensive, but if you're someone who struggles with contour, literally one line blend upwards and voila, like you're pretty much done. And then what I'm doing is, as opposed to blending this out later, I am slightly blending this so that we don't have that harsh line of bronzer going into the hairline. And this bronzer is slightly red toned, so I'm being careful because I don't want to use too much. And I'm just making sure that that is adequately blended in to my hairline area. You can see the difference already. And I'm doing the same thing on the forehead. On the sides of my head, I like to bring my contour down slightly inwards, but also remember that we will be going in with foundation afterwards to make sure that everything is properly blended in. So don't be intimidated. This is a A29 brush. I saw that Patrick Ta recently came out with a nose contour brush and I really want it, but it hasn't arrived here yet in the UK. And there's this website called London Loves Beauty, or we have Guru Makeup, which allows you to get certain products when the retailers that we do have here don't have it, or when we don't have a retailer here that sells that particular product, or when that brand doesn't ship here, and none of them have it. I've been refreshing the pages for days and they don't have it. Well, to be fair, Patrick Tar, the actual website, the American website, they are sold out there anyway. But times like this, I wish I was in America, because I could just pop into, where is it, Sephora, and just pick up certain brands that we can't really get here. This is my attempt at a nose contour. Every time I nose contour, it never comes out correct. So what I end up just doing is going in with powder later. But I like to think I'm doing something when I put this down. But we're gonna see if we can try adhere to it. I don't place any contour here. Don't like it. Stopped doing it a long time ago, because sometimes you can forget to blend it out. And if you don't blend it out properly, it looks scary in real life. No. Now, moving on to concealer. Everyone raves about these concealers, so I've caved and I finally picked them up. These are the Hourglass concealers. I feel like I'm the last person to try these concealers, so I finally caved in and got it. The shade range isn't the best, I'm not going to lie. I feel like they could add a few more shades. So I ended up having to get 2 shades, but I did have a code. Quick tip, if you ever want to buy something, wait for a sale or wait to see if someone has a code. I rarely ever buy anything without a discount code or an affiliate code, or someone has a code. I don't mind buying it full price, but if there's a code or if there's a sale, why not? Every little helps. So we've got the shades Maple and Flax. Maple, and we have Flax. Maple is quite yellow, quite close to my skin tone. I think Flax is quite close to my Too Faced Cookie or Warm Sand, somewhere in between the two. If I just mix the swatch on my hand, it feels so smooth and velvety, I'm not gonna lie. So this is the colour that you get when you mix them together. And this is quite accurate with regard to like the shade that I normally use for concealer. So we're gonna go in with Maple first, and we are just gonna put Maple like so. I'm just gonna get a concealer brush to smooth that out. The Rose Ink number 4 brush. This is a dual ended concealer brush, and I'm just gonna use that to sort of spread out that concealer a bit more. So we're just gonna go like this. And so basically when you spread out your concealer, you have a more of an even base. I feel like with applicators, they rarely evenly distribute the product because it's gliding on top of the contours of your face and your under eye and etc. I've noticed that when I do this, the under eye just looks a lot more seamless and flawless. Since we're using an Hourglass concealer, I'm going to use this Hourglass brush. I don't know if it's me, but I feel like it doesn't have the coverage that I expected it to have. I feel like my Too Faced concealer is slightly more full coverage compared to this, but it is very beautiful. I think it looks far more glowy because of course I used the Refy primer down my nose as well. I'm going to take Flax here and here, a little bit here and a little bit here, because I know that it's going to spread. I've just blended out this side, and I feel like Flax really nicely neutralizes the yellowness. I really don't like overly yellow concealers anymore. Even though I am a warm babe, I'm not that yellow, and I feel like sometimes it can be quite distracting and not flattering. It's very important to know your undertones. But this is stunning. Like this is stunning. I love. Now it's time to go in with foundation. Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation in the shade 14. So we're going to take a pump of that on here. So that pump is quite a lot. We won't even need all of it, I don't believe. I am addicted right now to angled brushes like this basically, and I've got so much of these. I just love these brushes. I feel like they're so nice for everything. This one is from Peaches and Cream. This is the PC21 brush. These brushes are actually very good quality and they're super affordable, and you can get like, I think it's called a pick and mix. We're basically going to use that brush to sort of push out the foundation like this. This is what I saw Megan these studios do, and it's what she recommends. So she said the way that you know you're using too much foundation is you shouldn't basically apply the foundation and be able to see it go down, but my bad. And we're just basically placing that foundation where we have essentially no product apart from maybe color corrector. You know, we're just doing this, and you obviously want to take it down your neck. I know everyone says to put foundation on your ears, but my ears don't go red like that, and I'm also not going anywhere, so there's just no point. When it comes to your contour, you want to push up into your contour. You want to push up into your contour. If you want to sort of mute the contour a bit, you can certainly go over it like so. The remainder, you want to use that to blend out the edge of your concealer and to marry that contour and that concealer together. And then again, still taking that remainder foundation, just want to make sure that this isn't too harsh. And you can already see the difference between this side and this side. This side looks a lot more cohesive, less aggressive, less in your face. And we're basically hitting that foundation in the middle of the foundation that you just laid. If you feel like you've slightly gone over your contour, you can definitely go back in and go in with some more. So just always have your brushes handy, and this is why I like to use different tools. I've literally left sort of a line here so you can really see the effect, and I'm going to put some here because I need some in this area. Just remembering all the areas where you haven't put down anything just yet. And for me, this is obviously around my mouth and down my chin. And do you see how that looks very full coverage still, even though you're using significantly less product than you would before? Because normally your whole face would be full with foundation, then you're going with the contour, bronzer, concealer, etc, etc, essentially creating one layer of cream and liquid products before you go in with anything else. And I think that's really, it's really cool and nifty. I still have foundation left, and I still have a lot more left here, and of course I still have some left in the brush for coverage. I literally used about a half or 2/3 of what I actually pumped out. So a half or 2/3 of the pump versus the 2 pumps, 2 and a bit, because this is actually a medium coverage foundation. So versus the usual 2 to 3 pumps that I would use a foundation all over my face, this is considerably less product. But the way that I've placed it down and the art of underpainting is that it looks as though I put on a full face of foundation, when in actuality I've literally just sparingly put some here, here, here and here. This is the beauty of underpainting. This is the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Joy. Kevin Kodra, beautiful male makeup artist. I saw this blush placement that he used. To blend that out, I'm literally just going to go in with this Morphe X Jaclyn Hill brush. But shout out Selena. What these Rare Beauty blushes are phenomenal. Phenomenal. And then this little bit here, and what I'm doing is I'm basically pushing that into my contour. And I think by placing the blush here, it basically makes your face look more cohesive. I normally take my blush up round like this, but I think if you just place it here and then here, this looks stunning, 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 stunning. And then this, I'm not too sure why this is here, admittedly. I don't particularly like blush on my nose, especially not here. I like it here. We're gonna trust it. And yeah, up slightly into my under eye just so it blends really nicely. I did speak about how in my last video I'm not really here for the over blush. It's not for me anymore. It's not. I don't like it. Just a pop of color on the skin, on brown skin, girl. It looks so nice. This is the HMB Cosmetics Soft Focus Loose Powder shade. Okay, this is in the you can't even see it. This is in the shade Banana, and I feel like it's only fitting that I use their powder puff as well. Don't know why I'm talking like this, but let's go. With me, I have noticed that I'm gonna call myself out because makeup is a process. Learning makeup, learning new things, unlearning new things, figuring out why your makeup looks like this. I feel like there is no wrong way to do makeup, but there is a right way to do something in order to achieve something. Ooh, spinning bars. Did you get that? Did you get that? Did you write that one down? There is no wrong way to do makeup. There is a right way, or there are correct ways to achieve something, and naturally everything has a cause and effect. So yes, okay, so calling myself out, I feel like sometimes I overload my powder and then I'm like, why is the under eye not under eyeing? It's because you're doing too much, babe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that powder. I feel like there's a little, why is it so much? Ooh, this is a little messy. I need to figure out how to get that back in there. Normally I have to sit there and shake it. You know when you sit there and you shake it and sieve it back through the holes? Silly babe, I am silly babe. I'm literally just going to take the smallest bit of powder and then go on the sides, go on there. This is how I like to load my powder puff. And then I like to just like push it in to what feels like is pushing it into my skin, but you're actually just pushing it into the puff. Because every time you press down, you're going to see an imprint where there's still more powder. And the reason why I get the sides is because you don't want a dry side to hit your makeup and then remove the makeup. Do you feel me? Yeah, cool. Okay, so now I'm going back in with my Hourglass brush that I use for concealer. And we're really gonna blend that out. And I feel like this concealer hasn't set into my creases as much as other concealers would. Like I literally just blended that out quickly and it's back to normal. And you basically want to look up. And you're just lightly pressing. You know that technique by Painted by Spencer where he's like blend, set, bake? Yeah. This is essentially what I'm doing. And this powder is really good for this. You see? I've used this powder before, but right now it's really eating. Dipped it back in the powder, another thin layer. This looks too good. Am I gonna bake? I am gonna bake. Just a little bit of powder. The reason why is because what I've noticed is if I'm not careful and I add too much powder underneath my eyes, what happens is I can literally feel like my skin's gone, especially this eye because I have more lines underneath my eye on this eye. I'm just using that same HMB Cosmetics powder and that powder puff and the excess to really tap in around my mouth. And they said soft focus, they weren't lying. Like so. And I'm going to use just literally a light layer of powder to set my nose. Some of that and just around my brows. I really hate greasy looking brows. It's different if you actually have a brow gel that is like has that shiny finish, but when it actually looks like there's oils in your brows, not a fan. Not a fan, not a fan. Okay, so what I've done is I've basically pushed that bake into my under eye. This is the One Size Turn Up the Base Versatile Foundation Powder in the shade Dark 2N. I'm just going to use this large powder brush. This is the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH01 brush. Even though it is a large brush, we're going to be very precise and intentional with where we place that foundation powder down. Take a little bit where my foundation meets my contour. So oldie but a goodie, this is the Fenty Beauty Stalker bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty. This is the M405 Morphe brush. So I'm just taking this Morphe X Ariel A20 brush and going back in with that One Size powder. Just a little bit. And then see if this works. I'm going to take your foundation powder down your nose. I'm actually going to go back in with that powder. Taking this small smudger brush, Morphe V200. And powder. I'm going to go in with this Sephora blush. This is from the Sephora collection. This is in the shade Fascinated. To apply that blush, I'm just going to use this Morphe X Jaclyn JH06 brush. Got a slight shimmer in it. I don't personally like shimmer. A little here. Because remember we put that liquid blush there before. This is probably the blush that I should have used initially anyway. This is the Kiko Cosmetics Smart Color Blush in the shade number 7. This is really cheap as well. Oh, yeah. I feel like that brings out that blush much more. A bit here as well. Gorgeous. This is the Makeup by Mario EF1 brush, and we're literally just tapping in that bake, really. I'm gonna go over with that foundation powder brush the remainder. I don't want it to be excessive. This looks so pretty, and I'm just using whatever powder is left, which is probably very little, in the powder puff to just go over the edge of my concealer and really blend in that concealer and blush. I'm taking this Refy gloss highlighter in the shade Topaz, taking the tiniest bit and putting this on our nose. Any concealer brush will do, but this one is from the K11 brush, the littlest amount. I'm gonna set my face, and this actually came today, and this was kindly gifted to me by Too Faced, so thank you Too Faced. This is the new Too Faced Makeup Insurance 18-hour wear long wear setting spray and environmental defense. Matches my nails, kind of. Gonna put my bonnet on. Any remotely small piece of what's this called, moisture, water, vapor, rain, it will curl up immediately. It will curl up immediately, so this is what we're doing. It smells nice. What does that smell like? Kind of tropical vibes. Let me get my, what's that called? My fan. And I'm gonna close my eyes because my eyes water whenever I fan my face. Okay, so it leaves a slight glow to the skin, I'm not a fan of that, so I'm gonna go in with that powder puff and see if we can like proper push that into the skin. There's certain areas of my face where I don't mind glow, but I really don't like it in other areas. The Fenty Beauty Invisimatte Universal Powder. I know you saw Riri on the stage at the Super Bowl. Literally just went, and she went about her business because pro, why not? So I haven't actually used this. I bought this for like when I go out, even though I never go out. I bought this when I go out and I need to just block the face. I'm just using this Patrick Tar full face 2 brush, and what this does, it just instantly mattifies, and I need that because I cannot be dealing with, I don't like that gloss that it gave my skin all over. Not a fan. Maybe because I spray too much. Maybe because I spray too much. This is a truly translucent powder, truly translucent. You can't even see where I'm putting it down. You literally just see the effect. Girl, you ate that. Eyes are gonna be very simple. I'm going for cookies and cream sort of vibes. Sticking with Too Faced, today we're gonna be using the Too Faced Better Than Chocolates palette. This was kindly gifted to me, but it smells so good. It literally smells like chocolate. To prep the lids, because I'm using a different product, I thought I'd just show you guys. Makeup by Mario Master Eye Prep and Set in the shade Deep. This is an eye primer kit. This is what it looks like. There's a mirror up top, and yeah, and we're actually just going to be using this Makeup by Mario EF1 brush. So dipping into that lighter shade and sort of putting this all over my lid. A little goes a long way with this particular product. I don't really reach for it because I think I prefer my concealer as opposed to this, but this works just fine as well. And we're literally just blending that into the concealer that we used previously underneath the brow. So flipping over to the other end, just picking up that powder, and we're just using this to set everything. So I just quickly went back in with that Fenty Invisimatte powder, and I went in basically underneath my brows here and here with the same brush, just because I don't like shininess. I told you before, I don't like that shininess around the brow, especially when the eyeshadow is going to be matte. Again, Too Faced Better Than Chocolates palette. These are the shades inside. Starting off with Cake My Day, which is like a nice brown. We're gonna go in with this Makeup by Ariel A29 brush. And we're basically intensifying that color. We're not going in the front because I'm doing like a sort of ombre. And look, I've been feeling really simple eyeshadow looks recently, and we're literally just patting that on, and we're doing this little by little. You avoid fallout and you get the most pigment. This is a Morphe V205 brush, and I'm gonna go in with that shade Nice Buns. Literally gonna place this right here. Okay, Nice Buns is coming up slightly warm on me. I'm gonna try the shade Lick the Bowl, see what that looks like. Okay, much better. I'm gonna take the shade Buttercream. And what we're doing is we're working that into that brown that you basically placed down. You want to go back in with the excess on that brush and just basically stamp that in. I really do like that palette. I feel like the shades blend together really nicely. To blend that out, I'm just going to take this DB06 brush, and it's just a clean brush. Then I'm going to take this eyeliner. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is in the shade Chocolate. Oh, this is a really nice brown. Taking that brown liner just like this. Go back into that palette, brown that we first used, and smoke out your lash line. Wake Up by Ariel X Morphe A18 brush. It doesn't matter if it goes low into your under eye. It's kind of the whole point. Sorry, the shade that I was just using was Cake My Day. And then you want to take the deeper brown, which is brownie points, and then just put that along your lash line. This is so pretty. I've just added the mascara and I feel like I could generally just leave it here, but you guys know that I'm going to add a lash, but it's so pretty. Oh my god. These are perhaps the smallest, daintiest lashes that I own, but I felt like they were just fitting for the look. I didn't want to hide the beauty and the simplicity of the eyeshadow. These are the Tatty lashes in the style Charlotte. How gorgeous. Just how beautiful. These are the MAC lip liners in the shade Chestnut and Cork. A sharp lip liner really makes all the difference. And then with the shade Cork on the inside. Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick. This is in the shade Butterscotch. I just put on that Too Faced lip injection, Maximum Plump. This is in the shade Chocolate Plump. She's gonna go back over where I line our lips. That Maximum Plump is definitely activating. Just put in a bit of this by the Summer Gloss. This is Peaches, I think. Voila. So I'm done. I quickly went in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Force Finish Powder in the shade 2 Medium. And I used this Nabla Cosmetics Precision Powder Brush, literally just to put that over these areas. I wanted to mattify them even more. And the Charlotte Tilbury is always going to give me that airbrush flawless finish, hence the name. Oh, my beauty spots. How can I forget? How can I forget? You know, sometimes I finish my makeup and you see when my makeup comes like this and it's given MUA. I just have to give God thanks because it's only God. It is only God that can create a talent like this. What kind of... And you guys saw how I started. And you saw the amount of product that I used. We went through this together and look, tell me it's not giving full coverage. Tell me it's not giving MUA. Tell me it's not given Painted by Sea. Don't let me. What? Guys, the face looks flawless. So flawless. When I sit down and I do my makeup and I pick up these tools, I mean business. And business was discussed. Business was executed. Underpainting is my new thing now. Underpainting is my new thing now, because if I can get this, if I can use significantly less product and still get this, nobody should speak to me. I'm not on your level. I'm not on your level. I'm not what? Guys, I'm gassed. I'm trying to humble myself, but this looks so good. And you can't tell me anything. You can't tell me anything. They can't tell me anything. I don't think anything more needs to be said. I don't think anything more needs to be said. And even though I'm going to bed, I'm going to spray perfume because I'm feeling... You don't even want to know how I'm feeling right now. A look like this only warrants a particular type of fragrance. Do you know what I mean? If I was going out. Keyyyy Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli. If you want to hear my in-depth thoughts, go to TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. It's tickling my nose. So I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you would try underpainting and if you prefer this or the look of this to like the usual whole foundation, then bronzer and concealer, blush, etc. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. Don't forget to comment down below your thoughts and anything that you want to see from me. Don't forget to subscribe so that you keep up to date with my content. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. But until then, take care and bye.